Well, aloha everyone. It's Kimberly here with Money Magic Revealed, and I am thrilled to talk to you about how to go on vacation on a budget. So, I think a lot of us want to go on vacation. We want to take advantage of time off, but sometimes we spend more than we planned or spend more than we really should be spending. And this video is going to help you to be able to go on fantastic vacations without breaking the bank. So, my first word of advice to you would be to set a budget for vacation. Now, a good way to do that is to plan ahead. Okay, so a year from now, I want to take this vacation that's going to cost me $3,600. Okay, if that's the case, then you need to be taking $3,600 divided by 12 months, and every month set aside $300 so that when it comes time for the vacation, you already have the money set aside ready to go on that vacation without getting into debt. I mean, let's think about it. People like to spend lots of money on vacation because they deserve it, right? I've worked so hard. I am entitled to spending all of this money on vacation. But what is the whole purpose of going on vacation in the first place? It's to de stress, right? It's to remove yourself from all of the stresses of life. Now, think about this. If you go on vacation and you pile on the debt, when you get back to the real world, are you going to feel just relaxed and ready to go back to life? No. You now have an additional stress of the debt that you built up on vacation. That doesn't sound very wise or relaxing at all to me. I would also recommend that you consider a vacation that is fairly inclusive to where you won't just be spending money constantly and find it hard to stay within your budget. So, one way to do that is a cruise. My family went on a cruise just a couple of months ago and it was fabulous. We had such a great time. And the great thing about a cruise is it includes the food, it includes the transportation once you get on the boat and you get to travel to many different places. It includes a lot of entertainment. And there are ways to spend other money, but you need to make sure that you have a plan going into it. So I knew that I wanted our family to get professional photos done while we were on the cruise. So I budgeted for that. And I also knew there was an IMAX theater on the cruise ship. So I budgeted for us to get to watch the new Captain America on the cruise ship. And otherwise, okay, we're not going to spend any extra money. There are restaurants we can upgrade to. There are going to be drinks you can have, and you could gamble, and you can do all kinds of other things. But we went on a cruise so that we wouldn't spend that extra money. So while cruises make a ton of money from alcohol and gambling, I would say try to stay away from those things or at least budget for them if it's something that you want to enjoy during vacation. But the more inclusive you can make your vacation, the better and the easier you'll be able to stay within budget. My husband and I have two vacation properties that are on a lake. And we know that, first of all, they're kind of in the middle of nowhere. I mean, you don't have to drive that far to get to a hike and a grocery store, but at least 15, 20 minutes. So we want to provide an experience for our guests to where they really don't need to leave the lake houses once they get there with their groceries. So we have game rooms, we have theaters, we have docks with kayaks, we have pool tables, and we have lots of board games, all kinds of things for our guests to do so that way they don't have to leave in order to have a good time. I've been to Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge several times, and it's great. It's a lot of fun, but it's like, unless you have a lot included in the place you're staying, I feel like when you walk out the door, you are automatically going to spend $50 to $100 a person because the restaurants are expensive and there are just countless activities, which is so much fun, but so expensive. So we've kind of found that staying in areas like that, we try to avoid so that we can find somewhere that our entertainment is not an additional cost. So that's something to consider as well. Now, when you go on something like a cruise, or maybe you are flying to an island, or maybe you're going to a location within the states that you enjoy, make sure that you do plan for the extra things. Like, I love to try exotic foods. I love to go and enjoy culture. So I want to make sure I budget for that. Make sure that you budget for the experiences. When we went on the cruise, we did do this really awesome waterfall adventure, and it was not cheap, but we made sure that we had been setting money aside for that every month. And we did that automatically. We just had our account set up to where it goes straight out of our checking account into a specific savings account for vacation. So I highly recommend that you set up that automatic account and allow yourself to be able to do those things without breaking the bank. Also, when it comes to souvenirs, I like to get myself a souvenir when I go somewhere, but just remember you don't need to buy everyone you know a souvenir, and think about, are you actually going to wear that t-shirt? Are you actually going to use that trinket? Don't just go spend several $100s extra or buy everyone you know a gift that didn't even go to that place. And not only does it waste money, but it also wastes time. My brother and I went to Niagara Falls a few years ago, and I was trying desperately to find my children a gift, and I just could not find them anything anywhere that I thought was valuable enough for them to enjoy. But I realized that out of the 3 days I went there, I spent so much of my time trying to find them a gift that I'm like, I should have been enjoying that time and not just shopping for other people. So, hopefully, those things will help you to have a successful vacation, and it'll be stress free. And then that way, when you come back, you can be relieved and not worried about all of the money you spent on that vacation. Hey, don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can get even more fantastic financial tips. And I say goodbye by also saying aloha.